Welcome everybody to a review of a new Radiance films release, and this is actually the first of three films that have been released by them in their half-year bundle, which I bought for £350 between June and December, which gives me every release that they will release, including box sets and the like. So yeah, and the first of those is 1990's The Hot Spot, directed by Dennis Hopper. Only seen one of his other films, Colours. Obviously, he also did the even more famous Easy Rider, but yeah, that's the only other one outside of this that I have seen from his directorial efforts. I've seen a lot more, obviously, as an actor, but yeah, only now two of his directorial films. And yeah, it's a neo-noir film that clocks in at 130 minutes long, stars the likes of Jennifer Connelly, who was in the likes of Top Gun Maverick and Dark City, but more importantly for me, she was in Phenomena, which is easily one of the best Argento films out there. Also stars Don Johnson, who is more famous for his Miami Vice TV series, but he was also in Knives Out and Django Unchained. And it also stars Virginia Madsen, who was in the original Candyman from 1992, and The Rainmaker. So Harry is a drifter who rolls into town and talks his way into a job at a car dealership where he becomes caught between two beautiful women. The boss's conniving wife Dolly, and Gloria, a naive young accountant whose life is complicated by blackmail. When Harry plans to rob the local bank, he becomes ensnarled in a lethal web of lust, greed, and extortion, whose only escape is murder. So, yeah, I didn't have any real expectations for this because, like I said, I've not seen much of Dennis Hopper's directorial efforts. Although I did hear that this was a box office bomb. It's not had the best average rating on Letterboxd. I think it's only like 3.2 out of 5 or something like that. So even though I'm a fan of the cast and I typically am a fan of neo-noir films, I was a little bit ambivalent about what I was going to get out of this. But still, this did have a really rather evocative tone of it to it that kind of reminded me of the 40s and 50s, B film noir efforts. So yeah, but generally it has better production than those kind of films. The production budget was 10 million on this, and yeah, it also has far more nudity, which you'd never get away with in the 40s and 50s. But this is definitely an engrossing effort overall, though, thanks to its plot and along with a great cast. So it's able to stand on its own 2 feet, but like I said, it's also evocative of those classic film noirs that were done on a cheap budget, typically by the likes of Republic Pictures. But it is also predominantly well paced. The cinematography is excellent. The unrelenting heat is conveyed really rather effectively, which has only been helped by the fact we're currently in a heat wave in the UK at the moment. So, yeah, that really did help the film overall in terms of its overall feeling. The score is superb. The character interactions are well written, and there is even some rather decent tension. There's a couple of bits of violence as well, but yeah, it's nowhere near as violent as some films that this reminded me of. This reminded me of True Romance in terms of its, the look, all the oranges and the like, and the general heat wave aspects to it that it has going on. So, yeah, but I really rather enjoyed this. Solid 4 out of 5 as far as I'm concerned, and yeah, Radiance Films have again, given me the chance to see a film that I might not necessarily have sought out myself. So there's the disc itself, yeah, and there's the rear end and the front again. So as per usual with these films, you do get a reversible sleeve with the original artwork on it, but I'm not a fan of the original artwork, to be honest. Feels like someone that doesn't really know how to design a poster put it together, to be honest. But I much prefer the new one that Radiance Films has put together. But yeah, you also get the little slip thing that goes over the artwork before you buy it, and you can take it out yourself. Again, like I said with other Radiance Films releases, I was surprised to hear that these are meant to be just thrown away. Radiance Films did not consider anyone that would keep it, but yeah, I do keep them, and yeah, it's a really rather nice little bit to go along with it. And then you get a booklet as well with the original artwork there, and then a different kind of poster on the back as well. So in this booklet you have the cast and crew, and then you also have Excess, Sex and Reality Checks from 2023 by Elena Lysak. Then you have The Hotspot Finds Its Level from 2023 by Leslie Byron Pitt. Then you have Star Complex from 1990 by R.J. Smith. Then the transfer notes and credits. So yeah, it was restored in 2021 by Kino Lorber from a 2K scan of the 35mm interpositive, which was color graded and approved by cinematographer Ule Steiger. So or Ulai Steiger even. But so yeah, Kino Lorber have already released this, so it's not technically a new release or anything like that, but Kino Lorber is obviously an American company, and their releases are a lot harder to get a hand on over here in the UK. I do have some myself, but they cost a lot more than they would have normally have cost to just buy them in America. So yeah, I wouldn't probably sort this out otherwise if it hadn't been for Radiance Films. So yeah, really rather nice done booklet there. Got some shots from the film, which I'll show in a second. So yeah, on the actual disc though, you've got interviews with stars Virginia Madsen and William Sadler. You've got Nick Dawson and Dennis Hopper on The Hotspot, an interview with the editor of Dennis Hopper Interviews, crime writer Dwayne Swarzowski on author Charles Williams and his source novel, who also co-wrote this film. So yeah. You've also got archival interview with Dennis Hopper, featuring footage of John Lee Hooker and images from the set, interviews, and yeah. And you've also got a trailer, and there's new English subtitles as well, and all of that. So yeah, let's just show you a couple of shots from the film that are in the booklet. So, yeah, there's Jennifer Connelly. She doesn't look any different to what she looked like in Phenomena, by the way, which I know it's only a few years difference, but she looks practically the same. There's Virginia Madsen, who looks a lot different to what she looks like in Candyman, but obviously she had much shorter hair in that film as opposed to this one, because as you can see she's got a really rather long hairstyle going on there. So yeah, I also like the fact that there's a great deal of cars involved in this, because obviously the lead character's gone to get a job at a car dealership. And yeah, Virginia Madsen's character drives a really rather nice pink Cadillac Eldorado, or Biarritz or whatever it's called. And yeah, then you've also got a nice Studebaker that Don Johnson drives. So yeah, there's a lot of things to enjoy about this film. I'm sure some people won't enjoy it as much because it's 2 hours 10. Even though I found the pacing to be fine, you could easily see it as a little bit lethargic at times, but I really enjoyed it. And yeah, it's the first of 3 that I got recently from Radiance Films in the post. The other 2 being, which will also have their own reviews, The Iron Prefect and Red Sun, or Rotten Sun, or whatever you say it in German. So yeah, really look forward to seeing these 2. Hopefully they are as good as, if not better than, The Hotspot. But yeah, but still, it's a really good start to the half-year bundle. And yeah, like I said, we have plenty more coming from Radiance Films in that half-year bundle. And because I have the half-year bundle, I also got 6 art cards to come with this film. So 3 of which are from the Red Sun, and then the other 3 are advertising the Franco Nero and the Damiani box set as well. So because there's 3 films in that, so yeah, which I'm really looking forward to, because I'm a big fan of Franco Nero, and I've loved a lot of 70s, 60s Italian crime films as well. So yeah, Radiance Films are knocking it out of the park so far with the other releases that they've had so far this year, and this is a great start to the half-year bundle. So yeah, can't wait to see what else they're going to release. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you've seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.